Alright, so here's the new and improved setup. It's the exact same thing, except a little bit nicer. So basically, I got, my wind turbine from EAS 199, which has two small motors on it that, with a gear ratio that I don't remember off the top of my head, set up in parallel, up to a thermobaric generator, which means if one side's hot and the other side's cold, it will produce electricity. So one side is obviously being heated by the wood stove, which is currently in that location around 450 degrees. And then I have a small thing of water on top, which the nice thing about water is in its liquid state, it can only reach a temperature of 210 degrees. Once it gets enough energy to start surpassing that, instead, it will absorb that energy and instead evaporate off. But in order for the water to go from a liquid to a solid, it requires, if I remember correctly, like 450 kilojoules of energy per kilogram of water. So I know that probably didn't make a lot of sense to most of you people, but a lot. So that should keep working for a while. Hopefully just the plastic part of that measuring cup doesn't melt. And I tried a couple other things to get this working a little bit nicer, but for now this is as good as it's going to get. I'm going to need another generator. I tried switching it from parallel to series, but it turns out I have more of a voltage issue with these motors right now than I do an amp issue, so parallel is definitely the way to go. I also tried putting a little light on there. I mean, it doesn't take much power, and it is kind of fun watching it light up, but I figured it does take something, so eh. Ta-da! Not really noticeable, but it does after it slows down for a minute. But anyway, I really need to get myself more generators, but they cost money, which is only like $8. I was gonna buy a pack of like 8 for a few bucks extra, but they weren't coming in for like 3 months, so that would kind of defeat the purpose. So maybe next winter. But anyway, putting old things to use. Good times.